So now we'll be interacting with the fellow candidates. I would request Medha to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Medha. I just got recommended for 24 SSB for Short Service Commission Tech on the 32 entry.
Okay, now I'll request Anulak sir to introduce himself.
So hello, this is Anulak Shupadhyay here. I got recommended from 2A FSB Mysore last year.
And now I would request Preeti ma'am to introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Preeti Rani Sinha and I got recommended from 18 SSB Allahabad from NCS Special Entry.
Okay, so I have certain questions with you that I would like you to answer us.
Yes.
So how was your experience here? What did you learn from here that helped you in the SSB?
I think a major factor that was guiding me, since it was my first attempt, I had very little knowledge as to what SSB was and how to go about it. I was always passionate into joining the armed forces, but I think Sajeev sir shaped and mentored me a lot. He guided me from a very minute point of what regiment to pick to what topics to prepare for a lecturate and what my psych should be like. And not only that, he sat with me, he cleared all my doubts. Moreover, he was a very guiding and nurturing force through my journey, because I was here for 15 days, and in that 15 days I think I had a complete change of pace. From knowing nothing to getting recommended in the very first attempt, I think it's all because of Sajeev sir.
I'm very happy to know that, ma'am. I would like to ask Anulak sir about his experience here.
So basically, if we talk about our experience, when you come to the academy, it's all new experience for all of us coming here and giving a lot of psych tests and all. But once you start taking classes here, you have to have a lot of extra experience of test as well as the GTO. All of the faculties are so generous, like they talk about the things we are going to face in our SSB as well. That is what we practiced a lot, and we stayed here for how long time we want to stay here for our practice. So I think those things helped us in our SSB as well.
And what about you, ma'am? How was your experience here?
So as this was my first attempt, so I believe that I would never regret the decision of making that to join this academy as a student, and then I continued as an intern. It was my first SSB attempt, and I would never regret the fact that I joined here. And I think it really boosted my confidence. And actually, like the first day when I joined as a student, I was completely blank, and I had no idea what is PPDT and all about the psych test and all about the GTO test. And I would agree with my friend Medha that Sajeev sir, I think he is the godfather of all the SSB students here. He guided me through all my even the stories, the PPDTs and everything, and I'm really grateful to him for that. And also this academy has given me a lot of experience for that. So I'm really grateful to this academy.
I'm very happy to know your experiences.
We also have a great opportunity for students who are now going to 11th or 12th class next year. We have something called the Foundation Course, in which students can join us in 11th class or the 12th class. For the Foundation Course students, we have options of the CBSE board as well as the state board, and along with their school education, we also prepare them with evening classes for the NDA exam. Apart from that, they also get to live in a total army-focused environment in a 28-acre lush green campus with proper military obstacles, and you'll also get the support and guidance from senior military officers and experienced educators. So if any of the parents are watching this video and if you feel interested in this particular course, feel free to reach out to us. If you live in Bangalore or anywhere close by, you can also come over and visit our campus. Good
morning. Today we are in SSB Short Academy, and to your surprise I would like to tell you that we have touched the 1000+ mark, and today I'm going to interact with some recommended candidates. We have 3 of the recommended candidates, and I would like to welcome one of them now.
Hi guys, my name is Medha Devedi. I just got recommended from 24 SSB Bangalore. This was my very first attempt, and I came here in short to get guidance.
So we all have a dream to get recommended in the very first attempt, because we all know that it's the golden chance we have. So ma'am, how did you get to know about the academy, and what all did you learn from here?
First and foremost, I got to know about the academy through YouTube. I was looking at videos, past recommended candidates, interviews, and I also looking primarily at GTO tasks. I think Short Academy has a very elaborate section in GTO and IO. All of that is very helpful. So my primary goal was to come here, check out the GTO ground and practice a little bit before my first SSB. And I think it served the purpose. Now, I had a lot of guidance from Sajeev sir through my journey. He was a very gentle and nurturing force through it all. He sat with me and cleared all my doubts from very stupid to very complex, everything. He guided me into what kind of regiment I should pick, what best suits my personality, and he taught me about so I had a very bad psychological examination, and he also guided me through that. Not only that, he sat with me and practiced a few interview questions, and then GTO task sir specializes in that. I think he's very good at that.
As rightly said by ma'am that yes, in the SSB Short Academy we have the largest GTO ground and we have all the experts right here to guide you, be it any time of the day. So ma'am, as we all know that SSB Short is not a coaching, it's about it frames our personality. It's actually a personality development coaching center. So how did it affect your personality? How did you got groomed here?
I think the very first step towards developing a personality is an ongoing process. Now, I have been rather good at communicating, but it needed a little refining to actually suit what the SSB required out of me. I was not very sure about what it required. And the SSB Center, through multiple tests and interviews and psychological evaluations, I got to know more about myself and my capabilities. So Short Academy really shaped the way I write and I express myself. And moreover that, I think meeting new people, there's a big group of students that come every time, every 11 days or something. So it's always good to know more people, interact with them. You get to know where you are standing. I think it gives a kind of environment that you actually need to develop.
So as we all know, psych is one of the major things that haunts us all. So how did you improve your psych?
So I focused on practicing a lot of stories, different kind of stories. Negative stories, I did not try to run away from the negative scenario. If it is a negative picture that is portrayed, I try to stick to it and I try to come to a positive outcome for it. I think a lot of students, when they are practicing, if they see a boy that is drowning, they'll change it to, oh, he's swimming, he's enjoying his time. I think you should not run away from a negative scenario, and that was my main learning. Since I usually see a negative scenario and I avoid it. So that was something that Sajeev sir told me not to do. Rather come to a positive conclusion of how the boy was saved or how you came out of the situation. I think that was also a very big learning phase for me. The next thing for SRTs and VATs, I practice a lot of SRTs and VATs. Every day you're supposed to do at least 20 of them so that you get a good grasp of whether or not you're comfortable in writing elaborate and articulate things through the short time that you're given. The second thing that I would like to focus on is practicing a lot of stories, not writing it out completely, just remembering 3 things: that what the scenario is, what the action is going to be, and what the outcome is. Just if you jot down those 3 points in your head, a mental note, and you keep going forward stories, I think that is also going to help you a lot. So this was a trick that was given to me by Sajeev sir. He told me that go through stories, write down what you want to say, and practice your narration a lot. I think getting screened in is a very big task, and if you have a very strong articulate narration, it helps you in the goal even further. It boosts your confidence if you get screened in the very first time, and then you kind of make an image in the group that you can speak well. So the next time if there is a group discussion or there is there's a group discussion or we are just having a normal conversation, you know what to speak. In lecturate you have the confidence already because you started from the from 0 to 100. So it's not like you're coming out of nowhere. That would be it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for interacting with us, and letting the students and the future aspirants about the academy and experience, and I hope that your experience would definitely motivate a lot of people here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great interacting with you.
So now we'll be interacting with another recommended candidate whose name is Anulakshay Upadhyay. So sir, welcome and congratulations first of all.
Thank you.
How did this academy help you to get recommended?
So first of all, since we all know, the academy has a 28 acres of campus. So whenever we come here, we have lots of GTO grounds and individual tests to practice for ourselves. Apart from that, in one course we are having 4 psych tests. That is a major part of your practice here. In 4 psych tests, you get to know about your faults, your things you are doing bads or goods in your psychology. Then you get to know about your real thing that you should perform at the SSB ultimately. Then you have here the site feedback as well by the psychologist Kavita Modi ma'am. So she tells you about all the things you're doing good or bad in your psychology. So you should keep it up or you should improvise in yourself. That is the psychology part. If you talk about the GTO, I think Colonel Sajeev has been one of the best GTO in the country, because he has been telling not only about GTO but all the other feedbacks he knows about, and of course he knows about everything. Like for psychology, he also helped us. And the GTO part, he has been telling us the tricky part of individual tests of GTO. Like for lecturate and GD and this individual obstacle PGT part, he has been telling us how can we tackle one-on-one obstacles individually. Apart from that, interviewing process in the SSB Short Academy has been really great.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate you ma'am for being recommended in very first attempt.
Thank you so much.
So ma'am, how did this academy help you to get recommended in the very first attempt?
To start with, I'll say to get recommended the very first attempt is a very great thing in itself, and it's all because of this academy and for Sajeev sir for sure. However, as I started my course, I was very new to what is PPDT and what is GTO and what is psych test. As a fresher, I don't know actually what are the tests for. As my course advanced, I came to know about all the process and all the ideas. And however, I attended Sajeev sir's class, Bhakuni sir's class and Kavita ma'am's class, and it really helped me a lot to get recommended in the very first attempt. I believe that if I would have not joined this academy, this would have not been possible. Yeah.
So how did the psych test and the psych classes help you in the psych tests?
I think the Brahmastra to go through the psychological test is only writing and practice. I think the more you practice every TAT, every WAT and every SRT, the more it will help you on the main day of SSB. And however, here we have a very good psychologist, and over that the GTO, who is Sajeev sir, he also individually helps the candidates who goes to him for help. I think he's a great help other than ma'am, who really guides students about the stories, about WATs and about SRTs. And I think about, if I talk more deeply on the psychologists about the stories, so what really helped me is my imagination. The imagination power have to be very strong. Even when we are not in the examination or when we are not writing any stories, when we see any of the people around, we can just imagine some kind of stories, and which really help me. It will just blink in the seconds.
To come to the GTO part, so like you said, you were quite new to the process altogether. So we have various tasks in the GTO. So how did you overcome this particular obstacle of GTO and get recommended?
Yeah, again to start with, so GTO, as we know that it comprises of a lot of activities. So the lecturate part and the GPE part was very difficult for me. I would say that I have practiced all the tasks every day, but only except the GPE and the lecturate. So the last few days, before I went to my SSB, I practiced only, it was around twice or thrice, and Sajeev sir really guided me over through, and that really helped me. And other than that, if I talk about all the physical activities, I think I'm a very strong person, I'm a very tough person, physically if I talk about, so it really helped me. Yeah. So I think a person who is preparing for SSB have also made to sure that he should be physically strong or have at least some kind of strength. He should have the strength to go through the task easily.
So how did the assessors and the various classes which are taken for the PIQs and the CIQ1, CIQ2, how did this help you all together, and the individual interview one-on-one session that we have? Overall, how did this all help you to perform well?
Okay, so I think there's a myth of all over the freshers, that candidates, that the interview session is very difficult or it's haunting them. I think it's nothing like that. It's a formal conversation between an assessor and a candidate. So however, for the freshers, I think the interview is very smooth. Like only if like the majority of the interview is covered with CIQs. So the interviewer will be asking you more of your CIQ and your personality. Like he will be mostly interested. I think the general that knowledge which most of the people are scared of to answer in the interview, I think it's trainable. So they're not mainly focusing on your general like awareness or general knowledge. It is how your personality is, how you answer them, and how your psychological and your like mentally stability is in the psychology. So they actually assess your mentality. So I think I like to make sure that like whoever it is, and I'll clear it out, that interview is very easy and it is not as difficult as like what we like perceive. Like even I was very scared before the interview session, but after that it was like a very formal conversation with the interviewer. And over here, if I talk about the sessions, the PIQ form, it is all whatever we feel in the PIQ form. I think Sure Shot Academy have really helped me throughout, because whatever we feel in the PIQ form, I think we have a good assessor here, like Sajeev sir. He will assess you and he will guide you through what to feel in your like PIQ form, and he will ask you nothing beyond the form. So how we need to fill up the form is we need to show our skills. So when we fill up our achievements, we can either feel like how physically strong we are, and on the other part, when we talk about like responsibilities and our hobbies and our interest, we can show some of our different side of our skills, like singing, dancing. And if you have mentioned in achievements, we are good, like physically we are strong. So I think that will balance up your the PIQ form, and it will really help. That's all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding us for the entire interview process of 5 days. And it's really honor to talk to you and to know that this academy has really helped you. So thank you so much, ma'am. It was great interacting with you.
Thank you so much, and thank you to Sure Shot Academy for having me as a student. Thank you.